And I want to just take this moment to just recognize who we have as our next guest here. This is Brian Heil, and he's here to talk about the foundation for his daughter, who was taken in 2013 in a car accident. But they've started a foundation, Fierce for Shannon, about her life, and again, celebrating fierceness in youth and promoting scholarship and action, and want to talk about a little bit about a pay it forward action that they're looking to again promote and get out there in recognition of Shannon. So Brian Heil around the corner, I believe. Yep. Brian, thanks for coming in today. I appreciate it. This is the Go Local Studio.
This is awesome.
And this is where we get the word out about all things importance nationally, locally.
Yep.
And here's something that we want to get the word out more
thank you for
about for Fierce for Shannon.
Yep.
And I'm going to ask so many questions, but you want to talk about paying it forward in this event for kind of July 11th specifically.
July 11th, yes.
And you say it's Shannon's
Heavenly birthday.
Heavenly birthday.
Last year I was out looking at all the things that I do, and I wanted to create something that was sustainable, something that I didn't need to move, I didn't need to rethink, and I didn't really need to build new concepts around. And the first year of our anniversary, I wanted to pay it forward, and I bought breakfast for all the first responders. I wanted to thank all the first responders in the Burrillville area for being there for Shannon. So, it was amazing. I scripted this event sort of for the friends and close people to Shannon to sort of rethink that moment of that day of saying, instead of saying, oh, this is the day that Shannon died, but this is the day we're honoring Shannon by doing something amazing for other people. And so by doing what I did, I went to the police chief and I said, I want to serve all the first responders breakfast. And Channel 10 showed up, Channel 6 showed up, Channel 12 showed up, and all of a sudden,
it's something.
I'm on the 6 o'clock news doing
getting it out there.
A 3-minute piece, which never is done in media. So we all know that.
We'll even get you more than 3 minutes in here right
Thank
now.
Thank you so much. But the next year, I had a good friend of mine, and he offered to name a pinkberry flavor for me for Shannon. It was called the Fierce Coffee Espresso Coffee Pinkberry, and it was great. I got to meet a lot of people, but when I walked out of there, I feel like I didn't really make an impact. I really didn't do what I wanted to do, which was, this was local. I want to do something bigger. And so I was looking at ways that I can develop something bigger. And so the idea of a fierce flash mob came to mind, where people just pop up out of nowhere and do something random to catch people's eye and to do something kind of cool. And so I came up with this idea called the Fierce Mob. And so the Fierce Mob was the same concept, is that no matter where you are in the world, at 12 o'clock noon on July 11th, join me and hopefully a bunch of other people like you out there
listen in
to go out at noontime and pay it forward. Just to go out and select someone, whether that's at a Dunkin' Donuts or your local McDonald's, and say, hey, I want to buy you lunch today, and here's why. And tell them a little bit about Shannon. And I have coupons that I developed that you can email me at fierceforshannon@gmail.com. And I will send you coupons that you can use. Currently, this is global, which is amazing to me. I always involve Shannon's closest friends to the things that we do because I want them to understand what it is to give others. So I can maybe inspire them to have a giving heart throughout their life. But that's a lot of what I'm trying to do with this whole Share for Shannon, is to look at life through a different lens, not look at life through the sorrow lens, but through the joy lens.
Through the celebratory.
Right.
And you say fierce for Shannon, so talk to us about her fierceness. When you said, I'm going to name a foundation for my daughter, embodying her spirit, how did fierce, was it just how could it not be?
No, actually, how can it be? I'm actually still trying to discover that, and some of that is through the filming that we're going to do. Is I'm going to interview her closest friends. We launched our first film called Fueling Fierce, the Shannon Heil story, in December, and right as of now, I think we're close to having 25,000 views of the film since December on to now. And we've also been honored in 3 or 4 film festivals in Canada, in Georgia, locally through SENE, and through Best Shorts competition. So I'm trying to discover where this came from. So if you're out there and you're a close friend of Shannon's, I want to hear from you. But Shannon was tenacious in the way she approached life. And everything I do is wrapped around some attributes that she lived life by. So, work hard, play hard, but also enjoy life and invest life into your heart. Whether that's joy or whatever it is, how do you invest that into your heart? She found ways to do it. She was a full-time student, Tony and Guy, left school, delivered pizzas full-time, got to the gym afterwards. So the gym was either 11 or late.
Wow.
And she was a level 5 competitive cheerleader. So it's really high,
Yes.
high level, and she's working hard to maintain that level of competition. So there's a fierce moment right there, is that how hard she worked to attain what she did. She was very creative, very awkward, but when she walked in the room, everybody noticed her. So I'm sure you saw the film, and she got bright red hair. She's very tall. She really was very tall through youth sports. She would show up in a soccer field, and people would say, how old is she? And
She always stood out.
Right. And so it made people sort of, see her. But she didn't really do that to kind of bring attention to herself. She did it to invest in other people and to kind of inspire people to look at life through a different lens. And I think some of us, or most of us, sometimes need to look at life through a different lens. In every moment that we have in our life, we have a journey, and sometimes those journeys have choices. And how do you look at those choices, and how do they define your life?
And you also just gave out some scholarships.
I did last night to Woonsocket High School. 2 students. Well, actually, I give one scholarship, and some of her close friends who have a soccer tournament, which is coming up in August. They started a soccer tournament to honor 2 friends who have passed away in car accidents, one of them being Shannon. And it's amazing, every year it grows. It just keeps growing, hundreds and hundreds of people, and then they contribute into the foundations and help us do what we do. But what I'm trying to do, I'm glad you kind of brought that up, because it's one of the things that I'm really frustrated about this year, is that I have money and I can't give it away. And I think I always look at things in moments like this is I don't overthink and I don't panic. I know that there's a reason for something, and I'm not sure what that is yet. I actually was in Florida a couple of weeks ago, and I met a girl who was our waitress at a bar, and she was very creative, and a friend of mine who was a hairdresser said, you need to get into hairdressing school. And she goes, I've been investigating, I've been thinking about it. I said, I want to give you $1,000 right now. Right now, I want to give you $1,000 to help you go and pursue your passion.
So you just were paying it forward. You just had that,
Yeah, but she didn't respond. So here's where my dilemma is right now, is that I've put out applications, I've sent out applications to kids, all the guidance counselors, they talk up the foundations, and here are all the money that are available, and it's only 2 or 3 people who apply.
And it's on the website that folks can find out more information.
No,
They have to email you?
Yes, they do.
You have to email and apply.
There is a process behind it, because there's an application. The application is your name and all that stuff. There's an essay of how you pay it forward, and then what do you plan on doing in the future to continue to pay it forward. So it's easy for us to do something nice once and then forget about it. But how do you invest joy into your life, and how do you invest something into your day-to-day life for someone else other than yourself? So randomly, once a day or once a week or once a month, pick someone and say, I'm going to go buy them a coffee, or I'm going to buy their lunch. What an amazing opportunity it is for you to change someone's life. But you find that they're investing something back into your life, is that you're seeing their reaction, you're seeing their response. I mean, I bought groceries for a woman at Brigido's in Slatersville, and the woman refused to let me pay for her groceries. And we actually sat there and we're having a dialogue, and I'm saying, no, I really want to pay for your groceries. She says, no. And I'm like, she goes, why? Why do you want to do that? And I said, because, and then, I told her Shannon's story. And so she said to me, this is my first day out of the hospital. And I chose to do grocery shopping, and she could barely, lift the stuff out of her carriage. And as we're walking to the door, because I'm helping her with her husband walks in and said, "What's going on?" and she goes, "This nice man just bought our groceries. Why?" was his question. So.
Well, is that maybe? Do you think people just need to be kinder because they're shocked when something that kind happens?
Wouldn't it be amazing if this society wasn't shocked by that? Wasn't shocked about somebody actually doing something nice for you?
Yeah.
And in today's society, I think we're a little under stress. We're under a lot of angst with the way things are kind of going politically and with foreign and domestic relations. You know, sometimes it's kind of good to take a break and do something nice and something out of the norm. Because when you do something out of the norm, it becomes something bigger than you intended it to be, because people don't know how to respond to it.
So think about that for July 11th. Remember, Brian is trying to push forth, again, this flash mob at noontime. You can email fierceforshannon@gmail.com.
Yep.
Get some coupons to help you out to pay it forward to other folks.
Yep.
But, you know, maybe that will jumpstart people to say,
Well, yeah.
I felt great on July 11th. Why didn't I do it again a week
Right,
later? Why
that's
didn't I
it.
do it again a month later?
And invest that into life and as a good habit to have in our life. Because sometimes we put bad habits in our life. But imagine if we actually put something good in our life, that we create something every single week or month or whatever it is you can afford. And sometimes it's not about money. Sometimes it's going into a nursing home and hanging out with somebody. Just sitting randomly and meet someone and say, hey, I'm Brian. Tell me about your children. Tell me about your career. Tell me about your life. And you're going to learn so much in like a half hour from this person that you've never met before. But when you walk away, somebody's going to say, hey, who was that? I don't know, but wow, that was amazing. I just spent an hour with someone that I didn't know, and I told them my whole life history.
And in this way, you know, Shannon lives on for folks who might, you know, not have met Shannon, but that essence and that spirit of it, by doing that, again, creates the bigger movement. So
giving back to other people.
Giving back to other people. Fierce for Shannon, the documentary. And then Rose Weaver did a voiceover for you as well.
Yeah, we did. When I met with Christian, we talked about how we're going to start this film process. And I said, this has to be based on Shannon's Twitter post that she posted 90 days before her accident about eternal life. And it was really about challenging her friends, which she often did, through expression, through voice, through her demeanor. But this was a Twitter post about eternal life, and it really says, you know, this is your moment, and make it something to remember. And so we did this piece off of that Twitter post, and I'm not sure where it is. I think it's a poem that she probably cribbed somewhere, and she posted it because it was apropos for the moment. But I was talking to Christian about about a voiceover, and I said, well, I know Rose Weaver. Maybe she knows another person that we were thinking about.
And Rose was like, I'm going to do it.
Exactly what happened.
Yeah,
and,
Rose is wonderful.
I love Rose. She's one of my best friends. And so we posted this video, and this is really the whole flash mob came about, or the fierce mob, is that in a week, 18,979 people saw this video. Wow. So 18,979 people saw this video. What if I could mobilize 18,979 people in New England or worldwide to go out and do something? You imagine the impact, 18,979 people times 10.
A ripple.
How many people we could reach.
A ripple effect.
And so what is 10 times $2.50 for a cup of coffee? It's less than $25. And you've reached so many people. You think individually it's me, I'm out there doing this, I bought 10 coffees, but think of if I got 18,979 people
what you could do.
Buying 10 coffees, and then sharing about Shannon, and then that ripple goes to the next person. That's what the coupons are all about. There's no money value to it. It tells you Shannon's story, it leads you to the website, it leads you to the Facebook page, which I really want to grow, which is facebook.com/share for Shannon. That's not a 4, it's FOR. But I really want to see that grow, because I'm going to be posting other people. I want you to go out there and post your moments. Videotape your moments that you're going in blessing people. Take pictures. Tell your story, because people want to read that, because it'll inspire them and say, I can do that too. And then I could mobilize 18,979 people to go out into the world.
Okay, here's the goal. Brian Heil for Fierce for Shannon, in recognition, again, of his daughter. Paying it forward, flash mob, go out and do something good for someone, especially July 11th. We'll provide all the links after when we clip this for you to watch. So
awesome.
Appreciate your coming in today,
no,
Brian.
Thank you so much
we'll
for making
spread the word,
awesome.
Get it out again, and we'll make sure folks know about this.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for
much.
coming in today. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Brian Heil, Fierce for Shannon, remembering his daughter Shannon, who was fierce in so many ways, as he let us know, but wants folks to really get out there again on July 11th, as he said, Shannon's heavenly birthday, to pay it forward, flash mob. Get out there and do something good. And as he mentioned, again, having the ripple effect of spreading some kindness, again, through the state, through the nation, and beyond. So, again, Fierce for Shannon will provide some links after for those